wings to fly won't take you to the stars. Use the metal for a boat and you won't sail too far. Stop sitting in the dark, stirring metal pots about. You will change your life forever when you figure out the secret pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin, 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 pin. Science can be tricky, it can overheat your brain. Science can be hard to chew, each bite can be a pain. Stop sitting in the dark, stirring metal pots about. You will change your life forever when you figure out the secret pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin, 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 pin. The secret pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin code, pin, pin, pin.
So you see, imagine, hop, hop, moles came and they said, would you teach? And ever since they have called me the digger.
Every year, this story just gets funnier and funnier.
Bravo, bravo! Well, since we've already eaten and heard everything, perhaps I'll go.
Not everything. We are waiting for the main story of the evening.
Another one?
Please.
Another one! Another one! Another one!
Well, if you ask nicely. Well, when I was just a little lad,
Is there any more cake?
Shh, get out the way.
from morning till night, I would read stories about all kinds of adventures. And the most amazing of all the stories were about the explorer, Kanyaash. He got to America before Columbus and climbed Everest much earlier than Edmund Hillary. And after, he conquered all the nearest mountains just because he got a little lost on the way back. That's just the mountains. During his life, Kanyaash traveled around the world twice. Twice! No, 3 times. Actually, no, just twice. But there was one little snag with this Kanyaash. There were always a lot of stories about him, but there was never actually any evidence that he ever existed. Nothing.
Oh. And what? Is that it? I thought there was going to be some sort of dramatic finale.
So that's it. Inspired by Kanyaash's travels, I went on an expedition of my own, following in his footsteps. I painstakingly carried out archaeological excavations, and here are the results. And this here is the modern-day proof of the existence of Kanyaash. His left shoe.
Oh, it's so lovely.
It was after this discovery that I became a famous archaeologist.
Well, that is something.
Bravo, bravo! Barry, you're just such a talent.
Well, my friend, how many times I've listened to you, and each time there's a surprise. Bravo, my friend, bravo!
So wait a minute, Barry. Are you famous?
My dear boy, that's why every year we celebrate the Day of the Archaeologist. What have you been using to listen with all this time?
Yeah, I would just like to say, I could also become famous. I mean, just go dig something old up, right? So, want to lend me one of your shovels?
So are you an archaeologist yet? Have you become famous?
I don't understand. What's wrong? Maybe the shovel's defective?
Your head's what's defective. Archaeology is not just digging here and about. Archaeology is a whole science that studies the past by the things that are left behind by it. Before archaeology became a serious science, it was mainly tomb robbers who were interested in it. Them and their wealthy clients. They acted recklessly and without any rules, which often led to the destruction of historical monuments. In our time, archaeology is conducted under strict scientific conditions. Each object is cataloged and described along with everything that surrounds it. And in order to thoroughly study the excavations, today's archaeology also includes other sciences. Paleontologists are studying the remains of ancient animals and plants. Paleographic scientists study ancient inscriptions. A scientist-physicist will know the age of the find using radiocarbon analysis and other methods. There are also scientific historians. He gives tips on where to conduct the excavations. That's why no archaeological discovery can ever be made without some serious preparation.
Now I got it! You have to look for not just for anything, but for something specific. For example... For example... And now, my friends, I've done it! Yesterday, I finally made my super cool archaeological discovery! Huh? This is the second stinky shoe of the great traveler Konyash. He did have 2 legs after all.
What?
Incredible! What an amazing discovery!
But how come his second shoe is also left-footed?
Chico, come on, holy carrots! The most famous fact about Konyash is that he had 2 left feet.
Amazing. I'll certainly write an article about this in the newspaper first thing.
Yeah, and I'll take a photo.
And I will conduct a radiocarbon analysis of the find.
Now you're a real celebrity, my friend.
Has anyone seen Kanyashi's shoe?
Oh, what a coincidence! Crash found the second left shoe of Kanash himself.
Huh?
Barry! Wait a sec! But I just borrowed it for a sec. Holy carrots! What's the biggie? There's only 1 shoe, but only 2 people get to be famous. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That's not cool. You really haven't understood anything about archaeology.
Friends! This is incredible. It is fantastic, phenomenal. Time-honored expertise has shown that this shoe was made much earlier than the hypothetical existence of Konyash, and therefore has even greater historical value. Theoretically, this shoe could have belonged to Cleopatra, Caligula, or even Confucius, Constantine the Great, or...
so much. The boot is still valuable.
There are loads of evidence of the existence of Confucius and Caligula, but Kanyash is once again a myth for bear cubs.
But you can just not tell anyone about this, and all the glory of the first discovery will remain with you. Are you trying to say that I didn't understand anything in archaeology, right?
Well, that's the thing. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Arthur. He would passionately get carried away by ancient myths. In particular, he loved the story about the castle labyrinth, where a monster lived with the head of a bull known as a minotaur. Anyone who got caught in that labyrinth became his victim, until finally the courageous Theseus overcame the horned one. The boy grew up and went on to make many archaeological discoveries and became the famous scientist Arthur Evans. For the rest of his life, he could drink tea with a cake and hawk bikes to his many admirers. But on one of his expeditions on the island of Crete, he found an amazing castle. After all his time Arthur Evans devoted to excavation, he wanted to prove that this was the same castle labyrinth with the ancient myths about the Minotaur. And to revive his favorite fairy tale, it took him 40 years. And all because the important thing for any archaeologist, this is not glory, but the truth.
So now what do we do? Just tell everyone that Kanyash was all just made up?
Where did you get that from? We just have to keep on searching.
Just one request. Don't touch the exhibits. This is a unique dinosaur egg which I found on an expedition in Tanzania. While the rest of the pieces in the exhibition allow us to accurately see how our world was in the time of the dinosaurs.
But these are all fakes!
Not fakes, just refabrications. Well, if truth be told, all the exhibits are replicas, all except the egg.
But how do we know that that's all how it was? Anyone could make up all sorts of dragons.
But paleontology does not fantasize, it examines. Our dear planet is roughly 4.5 billion years old. We can restore the last several thousand years of this cycle thanks to the science of history. According to various sources, from legends and chronicles to the first rock inscriptions, which are more than 40,000 years old. However, this is negligible compared to the rest of the life of the planet. What was before? In general terms, this question is answered by physics and astronomy. But these exact sciences, alas, are not able to tell us about the diversity of living organisms that existed for billions of years before the appearance of a rational man. And here, paleontology comes to our aid. The scientific study of prehistoric organisms. A picture of the ancient world can be traced through fossils and remains that have survived from ancient times to the present day. Thanks to these studies, we know that life appeared on Earth more than 3.5 billion years ago. During this time, the journey from tiny microorganisms to amazing giant dinosaurs that existed on the planet for nearly 200 million years has come and gone. I suggest we take a break and have some tea.
Oh, don't forget the cookies. Let's go.
Were you scared? Keep up, Prickles. The boss is back in town. Everybody's more relaxed here now, I bet, without any dinosaurs.
Oh.
What a funny cutie pie. Who is it?
Well, I guess it's you.
Stop joking around, Prickles. Where are my claws? And fangs? And where are my scales?
I didn't take them.
I said, don't touch anything.
It wasn't me. It was him. But he really was there. And now he's hiding somewhere. Completely alone. He doesn't even have his own name.
Listen, you've been driving me crazy with this imaginary friend. Why would you make up someone when you already have me, huh?
Peter. What do you think? That's a good name.
Well, sit here then, in your chicken shack.
Docko? Docko?
Righty. And what is this?
I found you.
But I was never lost.
I thought of a name for you. Peter.
Uh-huh, thanks. It just doesn't seem to suit a dinosaur.
But you're not really a dinosaur.
Get over it, Prickles. It's temporary. It's gotta be here somewhere. How to become what you want.
But you were only born yesterday, and you already know how to read.
We dinosaurs are not quite there yet, all right? Got it? I'm just looking at the pictures.
Why would you want to be a dinosaur? You're fine as you are.
And what do you know about it? You seen yourself in a mirror?
I have, and I'm okay with it.
Oh, don't lie. You've just accepted it. Being them would be cool.
Could you at least come and meet the others? It's just that nobody believes me.
Are you nuts? Like this? Wait till I become a dinosaur. Then they can look all they want. Chico, look! Now I've got a new friend. This is Arachli. Arachli, this is Hedgehog. And now, sorry, but me and Arachli are gonna go play and do a lot of interesting stuff. But why a chicken? How is some chicken better than a rabbit? I'd understand if it were a dinosaur, but a chicken?
Well, if it makes you feel any better, we can say that it's almost the same thing. Paleontologists have to piece together a picture of the past through tiny details, bone fragments, fossils, and petrified fragments of plants. And only until recently, to get the picture, scientists had to be guided basically by their own imagination. But then, modern methods of study and analysis came to the aid of paleontology. It became possible to accurately determine the age of the samples, find remnants of organic matter in fossils, and even extract DNA fragments in ancient remains. Although previously, it had been believed that DNA cannot survive for more than 600 years. This scientific approach presented many new discoveries in paleontology and dispelled no less errors. So, for example, back in the 20th century, it was thought that velociraptors looked like this. But later studies have shown that these lizards were evolutionarily very close to birds, which means that they probably had feathers. Now, no one is surprised that all modern birds originated from dinosaurs. And the analysis of the genomes of various birds showed that the least amount of chromosomal changes in relation to their ancestor was acquired by a chicken. She is actually the closest relative of the dinosaur. So Chico's imaginings are not a fantasy, it's a scientific fact.
Docko, sorry, but I don't think you'd make much of a shrink. Are you peeking? I found a way. Let's get out of here, Arachli.
You're gonna make another mess, and everyone's gonna be sure that I've gone mad.
They all go mad when you see that I pulled off. Come on, come with me. Wait till you see this. Look what I found in the archive of Mr. Hat Rockhead. Just what I need. I can become big and strong like that one-toed thing on the video, like a dinosaur.
That requires complement experiments, and I doubt Doco would agree to it.
Huh, what to do? Change the DNA of a carrot?
Don't you dare. That was very dangerous.
Oh, come on, don't exaggerate. Shall we split it? Just imagine, we'll be ginormous reptiles. We'll take over the world.
I don't want to. It's stupid. I'm okay being a hedgehog, thank you very much.
Whatever, Prickles, suit yourself. But if you change your mind, I'll be easy to find. I'll be the massive dinosaur.
Peter?
The chicken fried and chicken steamed.
Peter?
The chicken,
Where are you?
chicken. The chicken's fried and chicken steamed. The chicken.
Yes, I want to be the most important. Yes, I want to be the strangest too. Yes, I want to be the unsurpassed. And frankly speaking, I want to say I'll eat a pot of semolina. I put on a coat with a $50 to make it clear to Dad and Mother I will be caught. The dinosaurs are back.
And chicken steamed. The chicken. The chicken's fried.
Go over there!
And the chicken has a crazy
NEC is now knee-high for me. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
We didn't agree to that. Oh, you're really cool. Something like a real dinosaur.
No one knows for sure what a real dinosaur looked like. Doco was saying they even had feathers.
Oh, I knew it.
Where are you going?
You know, dinosaurs are born to conquer the world. And I've already been stuck with you for too long. And Peter, that's a good name. Maybe I'll keep it.
Now they definitely won't believe me that I didn't make you up.
Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree.
Peter?
Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree.
Oh, you're back!
Chico! Where have you been, huh?
That's a nice costume.
It's just nonsense. Just in case you wanted to hug your imaginary friend, but he was imaginary. And here I am.
Happy New Year.
Uh-huh. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Attention. All systems overloaded. Attention. Power shortage. All systems are overloaded. Attention. Not enough power for takeoff.
Looks like it's not gonna work.
Well, that only confirms our theory. If even the spaceship couldn't.
Can somebody tell me what's going on?
Oh, Pin. How did we not notice him?
Cancel takeoff!
Takeoff cancelled to recalculate flight capabilities.
What have you done over here?
Everything's okay. We just decided to visit the ruins of an ancient town and do one little experiment.
What sort of experiment? And where the devil are we?
We'll have to tell him everything.
But then don't be sorry that you asked.
Ben, didn't you ever think it was foolish to look for a reasonable life somewhere in space when so many unknown secrets are made on our own native planet?
And all pointing to the fact that past civilizations were helped by some sort of extraterrestrial.
We are all so used to the world around us that we don't pay attention to all the unexplainable things that actually surround us. For example, can anyone explain who's always tangling up our headphones? Or who built the Egyptian pyramids? Someone will say, why the Egyptians, of course, but that would be wrong. Each such pyramid is made of such huge slabs of stone, just enormous in size. For such constructions, they've even given its own special name, megalith. Chico, give us some numbers.
Why do I always have to do the boring numbers? And you get to talk about the most powerful truck in the world.
They're not boring numbers. They're super pooper figures that make your brain explode. And only you can make them sound cool, Spiky. And anyway, I was never the best with numbers.
Well, I don't know. I could give it a try. The pyramids of Cheops, the maximum weight of a block is 15 tons. In the pyramid of Khafre, the maximum weight of a stone block is 42 tons. And finally, the champion, the pyramid of Mikarin. The maximum weight of a one block is, 200 tons.
Thanks, Chico. Now think about it. How could the Egyptians move such huge items without electricity or cranes? But that's not all. Get ready to have your mind blown away. The Temple of Jupiter and the ancient town of Baalbek. At its base, there are 3 stones called trilithons, which are perfectly crafted stones with an absolutely perfect shape. Chico!
The dimensions of each slab are about 4 meters in width and height, and in length about 20 meters. They weigh 800 tons.
Yes, these are the most super mega huge structures on the planet. Such a megalith can't even be carved with modern-day technology, let alone them being moved from one place to the other. Currently, the loading capacity of the most powerful truck in the world is only 400 tons.
So right now we're in that Bala in Baalbek, in the temple ruins of Jupiter.
And these are the heftiest colossal stones. Now all that remains is to lift one of them into orbit.
Some people think that the trilithons are huge transmitters of antiquity, which were left here on our planet by extraterrestrials.
Or they were created by an ancient race of titans. But I like the one about the extraterrestrial transmitters more.
This is all very interesting, but what did you actually want to do with them?
To transmit them, we need to raise the megalith higher and send a signal out to our distant intellectual kinfolk.
Transmitters!
Not everyone can handle the truth.
Necessary power for takeoff found from alternative connection. Starting countdown. 5,
9, abort takeoff!
4, 3, 2, 1. Takeoff.
Computer, abort takeoff!
Ben, what's up? What, you want to ruin our experiment? It worked! It worked! It worked!
Computer, switch to manual control!
Request denied. All powers switched to previous task.
Don't worry so much, Pin. We calculated everything. When we get out into space, we'll go into zero gravity and everything will be lighter.
Fasten your seatbelts. Prepare for turbulence.
Kasuna, we're in zero gravity.
Attention. Energy overload. Flight interrupted.
We've got to use your little super stone, or we're done for.
You can't just fling away such a valuable ancient artifact.
Extraterrestrial transmitters shouldn't be lying around on the road.
Good. I promise I'll show you another megalith. Even better than your extraterrestrial transmitter.
Holy carrots! Is that a promise?
Yeah. It's even got its own antenna.
Oh, cool.
No, that won't work. That's a very strong knot.
Otherwise, he wouldn't have held 800 tons.
And what do we do now?
Easier to untie it. Chico, why did you have to tie it so tight?
Because you told me to.
So where's this other megalith that you promised to show us? The one that's even better.
And with antennas.
But wait a minute. That's the...
This is Palace Square in St. Petersburg.
What kind of a joke is this? Where's the megalith?
Right in front of your nose. Throughout our history, there are many secrets and mysteries, but there's no need to summon extraterrestrials each time. It's unscientific. While scientifically, we can look through history for other similar examples of which we know a little more. For example, the well-known Alexander Column, a real megalith, which made such an impression when it was unveiled. After all, it is made of a single piece of granite with a height of 26 meters and a mass of 600 tons. And this was also made by our ancestors, equally with no electricity and no cranes. How on earth did they manage it? Leading on the construction of the column was the wonderful architect Auguste Montferrat. He left a lot of sketches and pictures which depict the entire process of creating the column. First, a large piece was cut at a quarry. It took 2 whole years and 400 workers. The work was done with a common crowbar and a sledgehammer. One person held the crowbar and the second hit it with a sledgehammer. Then this huge piece of stone was separated from the rock with help of some very long levers. From this square block, it was chiseled down to a beautiful round column. All of it done by hand without any magical machines. Then the column was transported to St. Petersburg by being loaded onto a special ship that could carry a lot of weight without going bul-bul. Once the column arrived in St. Petersburg, it still had to be raised on Palace Square. To do this, a large lifting device was made at height of almost 50 meters. And again, all the work was done manually. The column wasn't even fixed with anything. it stays in place due to its own weight. Since then, this amazing and beautiful megalith has stood for almost 200 years.
Are you saying there were no ancient titans and no extraterrestrials?
That's a bit of a letdown.
Of course there were. We can see the amazing results of the work of these titans. And we are their descendants.
Incoming signal from Chamomile Valley.
My friends, this is phenomenal. Look what just fell on my house, literally out of the sky. This incredible object is obviously of an extraterrestrial origin. It's a sign, my friends, from our cosmic brothers.